Well, I think he did try to pull it off once. I think he tried to go for a second pogo there in the second match, but
Mhm.
he just fell short a little bit. All right, I think we're ready to start
Yep.
the finals. Oh, Finn and Melody ending up in the same team by mistake.
Yeah, my bad, my bad.
All right, who's going to go first? Finn chosen to go first in an octane.
Interesting choice of wheel, if I might say.
Yeah. It's in now, under that good ball control, but it is drifting left, and it will end up left as he tries to go for that musty. Wasn't ever looking like a straight shot, made it difficult for him, but maybe his setup will be different next time he tries that. There's one flip reset, and the musty, but he didn't go for the second touch off backboard, which he did get, so I thought he would go for that. Ooh.
Double
Good
flip
attempt.
reset coming in from Finn. Melody. I think he's gonna have to take it back and do a setup from his own backboard like he's been doing. Interesting setup. The double pogo into a turtle. Brilliant effort, but you know, gonna have to see something at the end of it. Finn's moving too fast to get a clear shot on that. Now Finn, it again.
Ceiling.
Quick reset from the scene.
Hey, what a flip.
Yeah, it went very high. Not ideal. Melody now again. Going up in reverse like we saw in our last series. He knew he was screwing that pogo up before he even hit ground and reset. Oh, Finn trying to outclass on the pogo. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to do it. He'd have to get some amazing angle there. Not going to happen.
It was a great recovery, and I think he could have pulled something off. Definitely, there was a chance over there. Like to see him go for more creative plays like that.
Oh, I like that setup. I liked the start of that from Melody. Tripped himself up on the goal intentionally to get that barrel roll starting, and got up and just got a nice musty. I mean, it wasn't maybe the hardest mechanics I've ever seen, but just a really, really pretty play. And sometimes it's what we want to see in a freestyle competition. Reverse wave dash and the pinch. Finn blocks.
I think that was a little bit different from anything that he's been trying to pull off.
Yeah.
Reverse wave dash into the ceiling. Pinch could have been a little stronger. Finn giving the ball away. I'm not quite sure if I can call that freestyle, but pinch is a pinch.
Yeah.
Finn. Can he keep the control? No, he cannot. Tries to get under the ball. Didn't quite get the height on the pogo there initially as well, so it was difficult to recover from that. Melody.
It's a little bit of a tough pogo to work off this time. His consistency with the pogo's not anywhere near as good as last series.
Finn going for a sideways wave dash on the ceiling, but he moved a little bit too away from the ball. I think Finn has been going for his shots a little bit faster than ideal for the kind of shot that he's going for. Did get a couple of really good setups, but we haven't seen either side convert so far. Of course, stands at 0-0.
can pinch. It is low, it won't go high. Oh! Melody almost can't save. Luckily, this is not a game based on ability to save. It's about freestyling. Melody, another nice freestyle, but there's no shot coming out of this. Both players here really, really want to outclass the other one. They're going for shots that are very difficult to put away.
I think in situations like these, one single shot that is as clean as they can possibly get it is enough to skew the entire tide of the game, in my opinion. And I think that, you know, they're definitely going to be going for that.
Oh,
A little bit more high
Finn had
stakes.
gotten that, if Finn had gotten that, that would have been a game-winning shot for sure.
Initially looked like he was starting to lose control over there. Now Finn going for a pogo, gets under the ball and goes a little bit ahead. In terms of pogos, I would say that was a bit too good.
Yeah. I have to agree, the pogo was actually brilliantly executed, but just maybe not the right point in time to use it, unfortunately. Melody really struggling to get anything that he tries for these cross-field plays.
It was a decent attempt there by Finn.
Yeah, he used the used that musty flick the way I was talking about earlier, just to keep the car high and chase under the ball, boosting immediately after performing it. It's always an interesting mechanic to watch. That was actually a really good idea by Melody there. If he could have pulled something like that off, it would have been incredibly interesting to watch, but was a fair way off on it this time. Flex the reset. A little bit of a lame pogo, but doesn't almost make it work. It's just slightly right of goal. We're looking at possibly a large overtime at this point.
Maybe. Bit awkward there in the corner. Now it's Finn. It's a good musty, good setup. It was too cold, close to the crossbar there. Incredible setup there. Oh. Melody choosing to go for the backboard read rather than just putting it in the goal inside. He's really looking for that one special shot that sets him apart from Finn in the finals right here.
And at this rate, that's what's going to be needed. I mean, I absolutely could not make a decision based on this game so far. Oh, great shot, Melody.
Oh, great setup there by Finn. And this is the must-see.
I think both the players are having trouble setting up.
I think as the game progresses a little bit more, I think they get a little more accustomed to the setups, and we're definitely seeing a little more consistent setups from both of the players at this moment. Just not finishing it quite well, and maybe this overtime will last a really long time until one of them can actually get to score.
I have to say one thing Finn is getting some really, really high class on is just the consistency of how smoothly he picks up his flip resets. Oh,
That was almost insane.
Yeah.
Going off of his opponent's backboard and then air dribbling it down and then getting a pogo and then putting it up at the end. It sounds very silly when you actually describe it out loud, but it's even more ridiculous when you see it being pulled off in front of you.
Actually, almost surprised that was saved because that was quite the quite the surprising shot. Here goes Melody going for that same shot again off of ceiling. Try and read that backboard. Can't quite pull it off. He did get to it at least this time though.
Finn getting the second flip reset, but he found himself in an awkward position. It's always difficult that when you start chaining flip resets, it can set you in difficult positions. Not quite being as consistent as he wanted over there. Oh, Melody missing the backboard double tap. Could have been a good shot.
I already have more notes on this game than I have on either other series. So, a lot to look at for this, and still no goals on the board. Over 5 minutes of overtime now. Melody. Reverse.
Interesting setup there.
Pogo. Collected the flip resets well, but not going to be able to do anything with that. Watching Melody just play with the ball in the air is amazing. It's like watching a seal play with a beach ball.
I can see the resemblance there. I'd love to see a seal pull off a double tap.
Seal flip resets are common.
That's a good pinch right there. I really like the setup over there. Getting the flip reset off of the ceiling. Going up backwards. Finn, can he control the ball? Tries to get a turtle. Almost 7 minutes into overtime.
Oh.
Going too fast there.
If with that much space he'd been able to pull off the pogo, I would have been shocked.
Ooh, Finn completely whiffs his setup. Oh, I'd love to see him pull off one of those. Go off into the backboard and then a flip reset off of the ceiling. Gonna have to have a pretty acute angle, seeing the way that he's moving to get it coming down from the position. Finn going for a pancake there. Gets the flip reset, but he can't use it. Again, it's a little bit awkward right there at the backboard, especially. With zero momentum, all you have to rely on is your initial positioning.
I say, the players tonight are really struggling with the pancake. I mean, we've seen a number of attempts and nobody has even looked really close to actually pulling it off. So anything pulled off at this point is becoming almost doubtful at 8 minutes of overtime.
Neither one of them are letting the goals go in. They just want to keep at it. I mean, there will be another match after it, surely. There's the angle I was talking about. Straight off of the corner of the roof. And straight down. That was quite impressive and would have been a complete clanger for me if it actually went in. Melody.
Melody nearly overballing there.
Is so far turning out to be the longest overtime that we've had on Vortek Academy so far, not just in this tournament. 9 minutes and counting. Hey man, but I'm not complaining. You know, I get to see all of this for a longer period of time. I'm happy.
Yeah, yeah. Especially the quality of some of these attempts. I mean, it's hard to believe that doesn't go in. Collected there. Get that turtle shot. Goes Melody with that kind of signature kickoff at this point.
Ooh.
And there it is, a
Puts it in.
and off a decent musty.
Backwards. Let's reset into a musty. That's a good way to end the game right here. And yeah, we have just another game left to go. Very difficult to pinpoint who had the edge here. It was so close.
Yeah, but incredible way to finish by Melody. I have to say I've got Melody's name written down in my notes a few more times than Finn's, but I mean, I am writing down some negative points as well, so that doesn't, it's not all a plus for Melody, but he definitely does get a little bit more priority in my mind out of these two players.
Maxu has been silently observing and holding back on his reactions. I like to
It's because
know what he's
I have
thinking.
no idea. I have no idea who's gonna win this. It really depends on this game. Who can hit the better shot, really.
Plus, you don't want Maxu getting your whole stream banned, so.
Yeah, I was talking to Gex earlier about this, but the no swearing. Yeah, no swearing stream. So I've been keeping to myself.
I know plenty of people who would actually struggle with that quite a lot. So. Doing well tonight, Max.
Yeah, thanks. Oh, surely.
Oh, Finn.
Oh,
would have been an amazing.
brilliant
Right?
run.
I like the mix-up.
Yeah, I mean, it's something different. You know, after game 2 of our last series, seeing something brand new like that's kind of just good to see.
Melody with a change of car, playing with the GTR. Particularly good for freestyling, in my opinion.
Oh, almost actually got that tap down. Wouldn't have been a fast shot, but would have been very, very precise and well executed. Flip reset, it's on Musty, and pinches it off that back, top hub. Really nicely executed shot by Finn there.
Melody taking his own time to get the perfect setup. This is second flip reset. The third one sends it to the side. Wouldn't have been the first triple flip reset that we see today, but change from what he's been doing so far. Finn tries the same. Wipes out in center field. That's Melody again. That would have been interesting to see.
Finn gets under that nicely. Actually does kind of try to get a flip onto that, but the back of his car actually reaches it before the front does. So. What was that? By Melody.
Just a simple flip reset shot there by Melody. Finn, I like what I'm seeing here. Tries to go for a musty to a pancake there.
Melody. Back wall.
Let's just pinch it off the corner.
Finn looking to pinch that down. Not going to be an attempt out of that. It's back to Melody. Back quickly again. Melody, bring that up. Comes off ceiling well. Pogo now still has his flip. Uses the flip to get a second Pogo out of that and actually gets the double Pogo shot. I know, I hesitate to call it a Pogo and it was near flat to the ground. He didn't really come up, but he did use that mechanic very well to get the shot.
It's quite impressive nonetheless. I would say that You know, I don't even know at this point.
Someone really needs to score something better than they already have, because right now it's really 50-50 on who's gonna take it.
Yeah, I gotta agree.
Nice read there by Finn.
Yeah. Fairly
Clean
direct
shot
shot.
there.
Very, very clean, yeah.
Power, holy. That's probably the best goal we've seen so far.
Indeed.
And not necessarily the prettiest, but definitely the most precise and probably one of the most difficult. It's an interesting
Changing it
one,
up
that
there.
one. Yeah.
It's a clean cover. If only he can get the second double tap, or he doesn't. He's looking really strong with his pogo setups right there. After struggling a little bit in the first series. M3L0DY. The double flip reset. And cleans it. Now it's Finn. Less than optimal. I'm gonna leave the ball here. A lot quicker. The back and forth seems a lot quicker in this. They're going for attempts and just leaving it if they feel like it's not worth their time. See there, it was on target, but you know, nothing too crazy coming in from M3L0DY right there. Okay.
Slippery step very close to ceiling. Not sure if he got the second there. Don't think he did. Regardless, ball does get behind him and a chance at a shot there. This is actually ground to air. We were talking about, but not really the best attempt we've seen tonight.
Be interested to see if they choose to end the game here. Or, oh, that was clean.
Yeah, Finn was a very nice.
I mean, it's pretty much more of the same, but it's really nice to see some shots going in for a change. I mean, even though they don't really matter, especially not here. But Finn showing a lot more consistency in this matchup than M3L0DY so far.
Absolutely agreed. And that was something I think M3L0DY was edging him out in just barely in game one. So Finn's really turned the tables on some things that I think M3L0DY was just barely beating him out on before. Oh, there's
what a
M3L0DY's shot again.
Going off backwards into an air dribble into the pogo setup and getting some decent height there. It was just shy of the crossbar.
One of the best shots I've seen out of M3L0DY, actually. Just really impressive.
OT.
This could be the end if he manages to not pull it off, which he
Oh, it's safe.
saves. It's saved by M3L0DY. Not gonna let it go to overtime, and this is the end of the
Oh.
second match. Oof.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot less happening in that second match, but I think a lot more impact from the things that did happen. Just some awesome shots that second match. I mean, you saw them go for so much in game one and just not quite pull it off, or not with enough strength to get it past the opponent goal, at least anyway. But this game, totally opposite. Everything good they went for went in.
I
I
think
don't
I'm gonna
know.
give you guys a little bit more time to decide because I think it has been fairly even on both the sides, but uh, I think one of them had an edge. At least I know who I would have voted for, but it'd be interesting to see what you guys can say about that. Okay, the
Yeah, I
chat
have
is saying go
no
for game
idea.
3.
Honestly, I think I don't know. It's very close, and I feel like we should have at least gotten the OT,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look over this.
Be able to have a look through the replays at some of the better shots, because I think that's what it's going to come down to, is what impacts me more when I look through these replays. Everything that was really good impacted me highly at the time, and it kind of overrode the thing before. But if I see them all at once in a replay, maybe that'll shift some things around for me. So,
Huh.
it's
Twitch chat is
very, very
voting
hard.
for a game 3.
I mean, I guess it's possible for us to go for a game 3, but see, here's the thing: we've already set up a format, and I feel like changing that at the last moment will be a little bit unfair to the players. Maybe they thought this is like the full extent to the amount of games that they will be playing, and anyway, we have probably played the length of 3 games so far, with the first one going into overtime for 10 minutes. In fact, 4 games overall. So I think it'll be a little bit unfair for our finalists here to go for a game 3. You know what? If we get an even voting and the two of you would vote separately on the player that you feel like, I think that could be grounds for going on to game 3. What do you guys think in the chat? I mean, I know you guys are asking for a game 3, but it's got to be fair, man. It's got to be fair for all of the players, given the amount of time that they have, because that's also one of the key things that we have in a 1v1 3-star tournament, because the setups take so long. You have to bring your very best within the amount of time that has been given to you. I think Gex and Matthew and even I will be looking into the replays right now. If any of you are a little bit confused, Twisted can put up the replays for you right now, and we can
They're already up.
watch them. Well, we could ask.
I've been watching. I do think I have a decision, but it is very, very close. Closer than anything else tonight, that's for sure. It's just been unbelievably tit for tat in this series. Yeah, I'm fine if you wanted to ask the players if they want a game 3, but completely fine with ending that.
Okay, I'm
series
just getting
right
some
now.
input here. We just checked with both of the players, and they both agree that they would like to go to a game 3. So I guess since that's what everybody wants, we
Yeah,
will go on to a game 3.